God bless, and God bless on this amazing day. That's right, it's an amazing day. If you think my voice is sounding hoarse today, it's because My team won yesterday. Now you think to yourselves, well, hang on a second. Your team just lost the other day. No, that was my team before. Now it's a new team. Just kidding. But yeah, man. So God bless you guys. It's going to be another short live. I'm just trying to get in as much time as I can. I've got my first hit on hate speech, ladies and gentlemen. On TT, I've got hate speech and visibility restricted. In the first 4 minutes that I've been on, I've got hate speech and I've got visibility restricted on the TT. Can't make this up, people. Cannot make it up. But that's okay. Today, we're continuing from yesterday. And that's right, dude. Listen, man, I wore those colors, man. I was proud of my colors, damn. That's for sure. I was proud of them. But, I've got family over here now, so I've got to support them as well. Just let me appeal these two things here, please. So this is hate speech, guys. Apparently, this is hate speech. Again, it's okay. So I'm trying to understand this concept again. It was funny because after I had the live yesterday, trying to make it make sense and listen to it afterwards is quite interesting. So I was thinking, if I were to answer a Christian or answer a Muslim about, so I had to look at the word. The word is anthropomorphism. Now, when we're looking at the Bible, so what I've done is I've actually created on the TikTok, on the YouTube, an image. And the image is the explanation of how the Bible would look at, for example, and understand what is actually meant by what we say. So, what is it actually saying? What is it meant by? What is meant by it? For example, the hand of God or the arm of God talks about the power, the action, the deliverance, the judgment. When we talk about the face of God, we talk about the presence, the favor, the blessing, or opposition. When we talk about the eyes of God, we talk about the knowledge, the watchfulness, the care, the judgment. When we talk about the ears of God, God hearing prayers or even our complaints, our disappointments, He's listening to us. When again it talks about the feet of God or the footstool of God, again, it's telling us clearly about the sovereignty over creation. And when it talks, for example, the mouth of God, the voice of God, this is the revelation, the command, the judgment. So when we're looking at this, we know this from a biblical point of view, how it works. Now, this is the biblical point of view. For example, Son of Man, do you see the place for my throne and the place for my soles of my feet? Here I will dwell among the Israelites forever. This is from Ezekiel 43:7. Now, feet again is talking about the presence of God. God is present to us in an abiding way. And then, what about God's arm according to the Bible again? The Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of God. Isaiah 52:10. And again, arm means strength, power, salvation, and God exercises his power to save us. Then we look at God's hand. What does God's hand mean? It says, my hand shall always remain with him. My arm also shall strengthen him. Psalm 89:21. Understanding that again, it also says in Psalm 63:8, it says, my soul clings to you. Your right hand holds me fast. So hand over here means providence, means care, God reaching out to help us. What about God's face? If we talk about the face of God. So it says, come, my heart says, seek his face. Your face, Lord, I do seek. Do not hide your face from me. Psalm 2:27, 8 and 9. So face over here shows again the intimacy that we have with our Lord. And this intimacy is something that is, only for Christians. Christians have this intimacy, Muslims don't. So God allows himself to be known by us. We also see in the Bible, it talks about the heart of God. It says, what is God's heart? So it is not because you are the largest of all nations that your Lord set his heart on you and chose you, for you are really the smallest of all nations. It was because the Lord loved you. Deuteronomy 7:7 and 8. So the heart means love, tenderness, compassion. God's yearning for us to come to him. God's yearning for us to follow him. So this is where we understand what it means according to the Christian belief when it talks about the hand, the arm, the face, the eyes, the ears, the face, the feet, the mouth. That's how we'll understand Christianity. We know that God is spirit. The problem now is not just that we know God is spirit, but we know that the Muslims don't know what their God is, who their God is, where their God is. So if I were to say that, now remember yesterday we went through the idea of we went through the verses in the Quran pointing to the different parts. I'm using the word parts, different parts of Allah, the different parts of this God. And each time we talk about these different parts of God, there's no body attached to it. So when it talks about, for example, um, Allah's foot, what is his foot attached to? Remember, it says yesterday, this is not a metaphorical thing. It's not a metaphorical thing. So if it's not metaphorical, it's a literal thing. They actually tell us from the old that these are literal, not metaphorical. These are real. Allah has real hands, real feet, real this, real that. So my question then would be now again, is that if I'm looking at the Shin dilemma, is there a thing called a Shin dilemma, guys? Is there a thing called a hand dilemma, an eye dilemma in Islam? I mean, we know that Islam is riddled with with too many dilemmas. We know this. But we want the Muslims themselves to understand that we are not attacking, we're just asking. This is not an attack. So when these guys get all moody and stuff, it's because they can't answer. It's because they get upset with what we presenting to them. They have no idea how to deal with this. And because they can't deal with this. Not only that, we know that Allah even has a uterus. He has a womb. And the womb speaks to him. What is the womb attached to? Remember, there's a verse in the Quran that actually says that the womb reached up and tugged at his pants or clothes and asked him a question. So I just wanted to start with that, explaining first how the Bible looks um, at the anthropomorphism and understanding what it actually means. And the anthropomorphism is the language that we will understand used about God, explaining what God is trying to tell us. And in scripture, this can include all the body parts, the hand, the eyes, the nostril, whatever it is. But that's separate from Islam. So the question is, in Islam, can it make sense? So Ibrahim, my brother, if you want to join up, you're more than welcome to, right? Ibrahim, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. And come up, let's deal with one topic at a time. And after we're done with the topic, we can move on. So if you really want to, my brother, you're more than welcome to make a request. You got your account on private, so I can't send you an invite, which is unfortunate because I'm trying to allow you to make it make sense. Somebody said that Ibn Taymiyyah explained this before. And if Ibn Taymiyyah explained it before, then why don't the Muslims understand what he meant then? Then you got Ibrahim, who's trying his best to do the whataboutism. He says, if Jesus is God, let me just read what he said. He says, if Jesus is God, why does he say the Father is greater than I? Ibrahim, come up, my brother. Come up, bring your verses, let's talk about it. See, all you're doing now is showing everybody that you are just a keyboard warrior and you're not going to get it. Give it to your mums if you got the 50 shekels, bro. Tell her I said it was fun the last time I visited. So if anyone wants to make it make sense, you're more than welcome. Please, if you want to make it make sense. All I'm asking is that we can try to keep it a little civil. Instead of telling me that your mum takes 50 shekels, tell her that was all of the old. And that was the price for taking someone's vijay, the virginity. That was taking away the bridal payment. So your mum has given birth to you, so she's probably worth about 5 shekels. Now, as I said yesterday, when we're talking about these different ideas of what Islam has given us and understanding what we are, how we're supposed to be, looking at things and understanding things, we need to understand that if we're talking about these different parts of God, are they attached to each other? For example, guys, Allah talks about his 2 right hands. Now we know that that's what we are taught. We mean that's what's in Islam, right? So, you know, I just want to read this thing. You assumed Shin means human. The Quran never says that. So come up and explain what the Quran means. It's a clear book, perfectly detailed, an explanation of all things. So we're just asking you to explain it. This is why you guys panic. We're not attacking you. I'm asking you just to explain it. Explain it. Tell me how it makes sense, and then we'll walk away. Exactly what dude said. If it's not a human shin, what other beings are there that have shins? Do stones have shins? Do trees have shins? Do donkeys have shins? Yes, they do. So you saying that he's not a human, he's not a stone, he's not a tree, but he could be a donkey? Come on, Ibrahim, you just pathetic now. We know nothing's like him. There's nothing like me either. And no one walking around with two right hands, it doesn't make him anything special. It just means he gets a special, sticker on his car so he can park in certain places. That's it, my brother. So all I'm asking you to do is just come up and explain it to me. Don't be, don't be like that. Just come up and explain it to me. If you want to engage in a conversation, perfect. If you want to just explain it and then drop, perfect. I know you guys are afraid. So then come up, Ibrahim. If I'm confused about it, come up and explain it to me just so I understand it. Because I'm confused. You've got devils that they're not urinate. Are their willies different to mine or females? Do they sit? Do they stand when they urinate? They're so small that they're in your ear, and they sleep in your nose and pee in your ear. And then Muhammad was able to choke one. Was he a little guy that managed to get his little fingers around the neck of a devil? See, I'm trying to understand it from a Muslim point of view. How do you guys see these things? You saying to me he's other than creation, so is your devil. Your devil is also other than the creation. Your devil is other than me. And it looks as if I can't tell the difference between your devil and your God. So if you are claiming that your devil and your God are separate and different, but at the same time similar, then that's another problem. Now you understand the classical Arabic. My goodness, you guys are slow. Gee whiz, you guys are slow. Can't make this up, people. This is what happens when you allow a Muslim to think. So all I'm saying is, they say that Allah is other than creation. So is the devil. How is it possible in this another dilemma, the choking dilemma or the devil dilemma, that Muhammad was able to choke a devil with his own two hands and was considering tying him up on a pole? And then he says that the devil can make himself so small that he sleeps in your nose and pees in your ear. Confusion. He's unlike anything else in creation, this devil. So, how would I tell the difference between Allah and the devil? Apparently, the devil is one eyed and Allah is not. That's the only difference. So, I would be able to tell the difference between Allah and his shin and the devil and his shin. Do you notice that all I'm doing, I'm just using the common sense logic, questioning, trying to understand the God of Islam. But as we noticed even yesterday, they don't know who Allah is, where Allah is, what Allah is. He has no name. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference if he was standing in front of me and if the devil stood in front of me. Muhammad couldn't tell the difference between an angel and a devil. Muhammad couldn't. That's how he was possessed by the devil. He was bewitched and possessed because he had no idea of who was who in the zoo. But besides that, when it comes to the shin of Allah, it says, oh, you recognize his shin. So it's confusing trying to recognize the shin of Allah and understanding it. Let me see, I've got a guest. Striving Human, how are you, sir? Hang on, brother, I can't hear you. Say again?
Jesus literally has two shins, according to you guys, and when it was unalive by his creation.
Okay.
Okay.
So the question is, what? So the question is, do you believe that Allah has a shin?
I believe that Allah has what he affirmed from himself, and what he has affirmed from himself is not like what humans have.
I'm asking you. Do
I'm
you
answering
believe?
you. Are you okay?
No, you saying Allah said. I'm not saying what Allah said. I'm asking you. Do
Yeah.
you believe that Allah has a shin?
I've affirmed for Allah what he has affirmed for himself.
Has Allah affirmed that he has a shin?
If Allah affirmed that for himself, yes.
Okay. Do you confirm that Allah confirms he has a shin?
I don't know why you're going in recital mode. But Jesus also had two shins.
Beautiful.
And his shins were broken by Roman soldiers, according to your beliefs.
Beautiful. So according to the Quran and the Hadith, right, we can see that Allah has a shin. My question is, listen again. Listen carefully, because I know you're trying definitely trying to.
Yeah, but Jesus had two shins and they were impaled.
It's okay.
And that's your God.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. How
so
can
now
God's
again,
shins be impaled?
at least he's not a handicap. Now listen again. But that's what you Please listen again. If I worship my brother, if I worship,
you're kind of too eager.
If I worship the shin of Allah, am I worshiping?
Yeah, but you worship.
You're not listening again. God. You're not listening. You're trying to be smart, but you're a Muslim. What is wrong with you?
You eat his flesh.
Sorry,
and
go
drink
on.
His blood.
Go on. I'll give you a minute. Continue.
Okay. Yeah, the issue with Christianity is that you guys talk about all these body parts when Jesus.
Oops! Did you fall? Were you unbalanced on your one foot? Request again, please, sir, and maybe this time you'll be able to focus. Try again. Request again, and we'll see what happened. I'm not sure if you banged your head on the way down. Please try to request again, and we'll see if we can make it make sense. Try again. I don't want to engage. Please request again. Come back up. Let's see if we can have a conversation. Do you need a band-aid for your boo-boo? Did you get hurt? Well, let's say that both these shins were broken up as a man. Let's say, I'll give it to you. Both these shins were broken as a man.
Thank you for inviting me up again.
Okay, so let's focus now. Please, let's focus. Let's focus. Can you? Well, then, please engage. Listen again. I'll try my best. I'll try my best. Listen again. If I worship the shin of Allah, am I worshiping?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means. What is worship?
No. We worship Allah.
Beautiful.
If you so just again, want to worship Allah's shin.
Okay, listen again. Does Allah say in the Quran that He has a shin?
Do you worship Jesus' sandals?
Dude, are you stupid?
Do you worship Jesus' sandals?
Again, are you stupid? Are you like honestly not smart enough to have a conversation?
No, I'm not smart.
Thanks for coming, brother. Look down. Look down. Mind your head. Get down. Get down. You're too stupid to have a conversation. And thanks for admitting that you're not smart enough. I love that. Thank you so much. So I'm going to read you guys from the Quran. Surah 68:42 says, "And the day the shin will be bared, and they will be invited to prostration, but they will not be able." So again, in the Quran itself, guys, the Quran confirms that Allah's shin will be bared. We're going to go to the verse so we can read it in the entirety. Surah 68:42. 68:42. Let's read what the verse actually says, right? "Upon the day the leg shall be bared, on the day when the shin shall be bared, they shall be summoned to bow themselves, but they cannot." That's what the verse says, Surah 68:42. Now we all know that this is talking about the shin of Allah, because in Sahih Bukhari says, "Our Lord Allah shall lay bare his shin, then all the believers, men and women, will prostrate themselves before him." So now, the shin of Allah shall be bared in front of people, and they shall prostrate to it. Prostration means a form of worship. They shall prostrate and they shall worship. Now again, without me making this to be something crazier or sillier, the verse is explaining itself. The verse is literally explaining itself. In Surah 68, let me just go to the verse. Surah 68:42. I don't want commentary, I just want the verse. Oh, sorry. 68:42. So I'll read it from 40, just to give us some context. "Ask them of which shall be vouched for that." And it says, "Or do they have partners? Let them bring their partners if they are truthful. On the day when the shank is laid bare, and they are called to prostrate, yet not able, their eyes humbled abasement shall overcome them, for they have indeed been called to prostrate while they were yet sound. So leave me with those who deny this discourse." So according to the verse itself, that Allah will reveal his shin to these people, and they should be able to prostrate, but unfortunately they can't prostrate because of something. They were, not good people or something. My point again is, How is it? Because I'm going to read you now from what the explanation of the verse is according to um, the study Quran. The shank is laid bare is an expression indicating something very serious and severe. When a person wearing traditional Arab clothes engages in strenuous endeavors in battle, he begins rolling up his garment in such a way that his shank is exposed. This is why the phrase comes out. The war broke out upon the shanks, meaning the war broke out with vehemence. Some exegetes say that this verse is God who exposes his shank to signal the beginning of judgment. Now, according to this verse, it says that people have said that he will bare his shank, he will show his shins. My question is, Hadith by Bukhari and the Quran and Sahih Muslim in Sahih Muslim 183a says, the shin will be uncovered and every believing man and believing woman will prostrate before him. Prostration is a form of worship. My question again to the Muslims, if Allah's shin is in front of me, if Allah's shin is in front of me, is Allah in front of me? So when we are prostrating to the shin of Allah, according to the hadiths, are we then prostrating to Allah himself? Now, for those that don't know this, prostration is, according to Islam, a form of, let me see if I can find the verses for you. Prostration is a form of worship. So, for example, in the Quran, it says that in Surah 43:37, it says, do not prostrate to creation. Prostration is only for Allah. That's the one. But it says over here that if prostration is only to be for Allah and Allah's shin is present and you prostrate to the shin, then it will only make sense that you are prostrating to Allah himself. So this is what I'm saying. The Quran says it, the hadiths confirm it. So if somebody can please, if there's a Muslim that can now confirm what I'm saying, if Allah's shin is in front of me and I prostrate to Allah's shin, have I then prostrated to Allah himself? That's not a difficult question. Sahih Bukhari confirms it in Sahih Bukhari 49:19 and Sahih Muslim 183a. So that's not a difficult question. This is Allah's shin dilemma, people. Amongst many, 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 many other dilemmas, we've now got Allah's shin dilemma. Because if I prostrate to Allah's shin, but Allah's shin is other than Allah's hand, his feet, his face, his this, his that, then we have a different problem. Then we have a major problem. Because if they're all not connected and they're not one, then how many people am I prostrating to? Or how many parts am I prostrating to? Not sure if you guys understand what I mean, because again, if I take the hands of Allah, are they identical? Are they one with the feet of Allah? Why am I hiding my face? Because you Muslims are trying to dox us, and you Muslims do many evil things trying to harm us. And I have a family that I'm trying to protect. Did Muhammad dress like this? Was he a cross-dresser as well? According to your Quran, he used to dress up in Aisha's clothes when he got revelation. But your Quran, your hadiths tell us that no man should imitate a female and no female should imitate a man. So even Korah, that was imitating a man, is cursed according to your hadith. Do you see how we know more about Islam than you guys? So the reason that I have a family and I'm worried about them is because I love them and I will look after them and I will do anything for them. But if they were my slaves, I wouldn't be bothered. I wouldn't be bothered. If they were my slaves, I wouldn't care. So Ibrahim, bro, you're starting to tire me out. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to. As I said, you have a dilemma in your religion where the God of Islam is a shin, asking us to prostrate to a shin. Why don't you see that? Why do you pretend it's not there? Why do you pretend it doesn't exist when it's slapping you in the face? It's letting you know. And this is where it gets crazier for those that don't know. The Quran doesn't only tell us about prostrating that prostrating is for God alone, it says that anyone who prostrates to anything other than Allah is misguided by Satan himself. This is in the Quran. If you prostrate to anything other than Allah, you have been misguided by Allah himself. Now watch this. Watch the craziness now, people. Because according to the Quran, wasn't Allah the one that told Adam to prostrate, no, the angels to prostrate to Adam? If Allah tells the angels to prostrate to Adam, that means that Allah is not God, because it says in the Quran again that anybody that prostrates to anything other than God, anything other than God, is being told this by Satan himself. This is from the Quran in Surah 27, 24 to 26, where it tells you that you mustn't prostrate to anything in creation. Because if you do, it is Satan himself making you prostrate. You only are to prostrate to Allah. Now, if the shin is there and you prostrating to the shin, according to the verse, that means that shin is Allah. Salam al-Masih to all of you guys. Please keep tapping and liking and sharing. Please keep on TikTok has been restricted and already been hit with hate speech a few times. But this is important for everyone to understand. If the God of Islam says, do not prostrate to anything other than Allah, and then it says to prostrate to the shin of Allah, does make it make sense? What is that actually telling you? It's telling you that the shin of Allah is Allah. But at the same time, Allah has hands and eyes, which are not the shin. This is why when I say when we are able to go as Christians and understand what the Bible means when it talks about the hands, the eyes, the ears, the face of God, the Muslims can't. Because to understand your Allah, you need to know your Allah, and you don't know him in Islam. That's why the first question is, what is your God? Who is your God? Where is your God? They don't know these answers, so that's why they panic. That's why they turn all nasty and get into all this hate speech. $27.4. What am I on now? $27.4. See, $27.4. See. I'm just looking at the verse about prostrating. Just looking at the verse about prostrating. Let me just read this to you guys. Listen to this. Truly, those who believe not in the hereafter, we've made their deeds seem fair to them while they wander confused. This is from the Quran 27:4. 27:4. And according to this verse, it says, 27:4, it says, the description, the actions made seem fair to the people found throughout the Quran. Gives you a whole lot of verses. In the verse, God is the agent. God is the agent. And according to this verse, it says that there's this agent of making worldly seems good, seem fair to human beings. In other passages, it is Satan. And it is still the same other verb in the passive. The evil of their deeds is made fair to them. Let me just see where it goes. So basically, what this verse is literally telling us is that Satan will make things seem okay to you, even though it's not. And now to prostrate to anything other than God in creation will seem fair to you. It will seem okay to you because Satan made it appear that way, according to this verse. Now, again, if Satan is the one that's leading you to prostrate to something that's not God, for example, the Kaaba, the black stone. No, we don't prostrate in the black stone. No, we don't prostrate to the Kaaba. Of course you do. You're just lying to yourselves. You just pretend you're not. But the fact is you do. And that's, the first problem, that you can't see it. The next thing is the Quran is saying don't prostrate to it. But what you can prostrate to is the God of Islam. That means the Shin of Allah is the God of Allah, is the God of Islam, sorry. So if there's any Muslim that thinks that they have the answer for this will be, I'm learning, guys, I'm learning. I don't have the answers. Every time I do a live stream like this, I want to learn, but be sure I have questions. I will question you to try to understand it. Allah says, don't prostrate to anything that's not Allah. The shin comes down. Guess what, guys? Prostrate to the shin. So guess what? The shin is Allah. If the shin is Allah, then the eyes and the hands have to be connected to the shin, meaning that there's a body. Does Allah have a body? Unless the shin is floating by itself. Imagine you sitting down, minding your own business, and there's a shin in front of you. No body attached to it, just the shin. I would poop my pants. I would run like Forrest Gump. I would be gone. I would be gone. Run, Forrest, run. And I'll be turning back saying, Jenny, run, Jenny. Because I would see the shin, no body attached to it. Or if I found the shin and there's no body attached to it, and then the eyes are floating and the face is floating and all these things are floating about, I would be confused. I would be confused. So I think Ibrahim needs a timeout, guys. I think he's really struggling to make it make sense. I'll just give you a 5 minute, my brother, because I think you need a timeout. You seem to be spamming the chat, which is unfortunate because I was hoping you were smarter than that. I was hoping you're smarter than that. And if you want to discuss Deuteronomy, come up. Let's talk about this first, and we'll go to Deuteronomy. How's that? I'm giving you an option here. If you want to discuss Deuteronomy, come up. Let's discuss this first, and we'll go to your Deuteronomy verse. How's that, my man? Told you, we're not running away from the Bible, but we have a topic. We are focused on the topic. And by focusing on the topic, we get answers, not just jumping up willy-nilly, trying to, oh, he said that. Oh, what about this? Or what about that? Because according to your Quran, your Allah wiped out nations. He wiped out generations, including women and children. Funny how you guys don't see that, how you don't remember that. All this is in your book. Allah wipes out generations. But you don't want to accept that because it's hurtful. In your Quran, Allah even says, he says in Surah 28:58, he says, how many cities have we destroyed? How many towns and populations, how many inhabitants have we destroyed? How many communities have we destroyed? In one verse, Surah 28:58. So your Quran is confirming that your Allah has willy-nilly taken out loads of people and he can't be bothered. He's taken them out. That's women and children as well. Women and children, according to your Quran, my man. But you guys wouldn't want to accept that, would you? You wouldn't want to go there. When it talks about the flood, when it talks about Noah and the flood, I'm confused. Were people saved in the flood? Was everyone saved in the flood, or were there people that were unalived? What about the Amalekites? According to your Quran, according to the Amalekites, if we go there, what does it teach us? It says in your Quran again, Surah 2, 246 and on. Let me just see if it's 246, if I'm not mistaken. 220, no, 200, so Baqarah 2, 246, I think it is. And 520 into 526. I'll read them both to you. So now, again, notice this. I'm willing to go to where the Muslim wants to go because they're just lying, right? So the Shin of Allah lied to us. So over here it says, talking again in the Quran, in Surah 2, 246, it says, have you not thought or reflected upon or think about the children of Israel? Let me just go to another site. This is awful. 5, let's go to 5. And I'll read you from the explanation as well, right? Let's go to the Surah 5, and let's see what they actually teach us in Surah 5. We'll start at 5:20. Let's go to 5:20 and explain this for you. I'm doing a little bit of a side note over here because I really want to engage with Muslims. Let's go to 5:20, and we read to 5:26 and see what it actually says. And we'll see whether your God was sparing women and children or unaliving them willy-nilly, according to your God who claims to be the author of the Torah that you went to in Deuteronomy. See, this is what happens when you don't think and you try to act like a Muslim. It says, and when Moses said to his people, O my people, remember God's blessings upon you. And when he appointed prophets among you and appointed you kings and gave you that which he had not given unto the other worlds, O my people, enter the Holy Land, which God has prescribed for you, and do not turn back, or you shall become losers. And then it says, they said, Moses, in the land are a domineering people. We shall not enter till they leave it. But if they leave it, we shall enter. Then two men of God, whom blessed among them who feared him, said, enter upon the gate, for once you have entered it, you will be victors. Hang on a second. Victors, meaning you're going to win something? And in God you trust, and if you are believers. And then Moses said, we shall never enter it so long as they remain therein. So go forth, thou and thy Lord, and fight, and we shall sit here. So go forth, and thou and thy Lord, understood is meant to go forth, Moses, with the help of God, since God cannot be said to go forth in a physical sense. There are other reports that the prophet's companions understood the account in 21 to 26 as a warning to them. But then it goes on and tells us about how they went there and unalived all these people. All these people. Willy-nilly, men, women, children, everyone was taken out. So don't tell me that it doesn't talk about it. It says, go forth and fight. Unalive them. That's why the God of Islam says that he wipes out nations, he wipes out generations. So don't tell me, oh, in Deuteronomy it says to unalive people. Your God claims to be that one. But you see, your verse in your Quran is for all times. Mine was limited to a certain amount of people for a certain region. And it was a figure of speech when it says wipe them out totally. It's like I annihilated them. So last night, for example, Norway annihilated Ivory Coast in the football. They took them all out. It doesn't mean that they were all unalived. That's a figure of speech, something that you Muslims don't understand because you think a metaphor is actually not a metaphor. So when Allah says he has hands and feet, you don't know what he actually means. This is the problem with you guys. You guys have no idea. Absolutely zero idea, which is really scary to think that you guys are the ones that are taking over the Western world with supposed to be with your intelligence. But we can all see that it's not your intelligence that's leading people. It's just your birth rates and just your, taking advantage of weak systems. So again, if there's any Muslim that wants to make it make sense, if there's any Muslim that wants me to understand the Shin of Allah, and according to your Quran, it says that you are only allowed to worship Allah. If you only allowed to worship Allah and his Shin is in front of you, would you worship the Shin of Allah? If you worship the Shin of Allah, are you worshiping Allah? If you worship the Shin of Allah, are you at the same time worshiping the hands and the feet and the eyes of Allah? See, these are not difficult questions. These are easy questions. Whose wife is cheering for Norway, man? That's right. Norwegian Vikings are teaching people how to row all over again. But guys, it's an honest question. It's an honest question. Does Allah have a body? If his shin comes down, how are we going to know the shin of Allah? How do we recognize the shin of Allah? Is going to come down with hair, without hair? Is it going to be shaved, unshaved? How's his calf muscle going to look? Does he work out? How do we know that we are looking at the shin of Allah if we don't know what the shin of Allah looks like? If it's something that we can't, if we can't, how you say, humanly um, understand, then how do we know it's him? Because I've seen the shin of a cow, let's say, and I'll be like, "Woo, man, that shin is something else, man. I ain't never seen no shin like that before." Is that what I'm going to do when I see the shin of Allah? Am I going to be prostrating to that? We can't see Allah, people. We don't know what he looks like. But we can sure as heck see his shin, and because we see his shin, we are going to be prostrating to it. This is the understanding the Muslims want us to. Is it a chubby shin? A thin shin? What? Oh, how do we know, man? Yusuf, do you want to join, my brother? You're more than welcome. The link is in the bio, in the chat. You just have to click on that and just make it make sense so I understand. I'm just asking silly questions. Silly questions, hoping that we get easy answers. I mean, if you haven't asked this question before because you didn't know that this dilemma existed. So Yusuf, you're more than welcome, my man, just to come up and make it understand. I'm just trying to find in the Quran, Surah 246, and it goes on. I'm just reading to see how it explains how he unalived nations and generations. Joseph, you're more than welcome, my man. Joseph, if you want to come up and just explain it to us. We're trying to understand the shins of Allah. For those that didn't get it the first time, let me explain again, according to the biblical point, understanding what it actually means when it talks about it in the Christian sense. So, focusing on what the Christians believe, when it talks about, and I'll put this picture up on the YouTube so you guys can see it. I don't have it on the, let me see if I have it. Just give me a second, guys, and I will. Yeah, sorry, unfortunately, I don't have it on the YouTube, on the TikTok. So on the YouTube, when you're talking about the hand and the face of God, again, and this is important, that we are able to tell the difference between what is actually meant in the Bible and how we know from the Bible that God is spirit. We know this from the Bible. And because the Bible teaches us that, we can go back and say, well, the arm of God. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. 1 second. I can do this so you guys on you TikTok can see it. So you guys on TT can see it. Let me just there we go. So the simple way to frame it according to the Bible would be this. The hand of God or the arm of God talks about the power, the action, the deliverance, the judgment. The face of God gives us the presence, the favor, the blessing, or the opposition. The eyes of God talks about his watch, his knowledge, his watchfulness, his care, his judgment. The ears of God talks about God hearing prayer, our complaints. The feet, the footstool, talks about his sovereignty over creation. The mouth or the voice of God talks about his revelation, his command, his judgment. So notice that we are able now to go to the Bible to see, as I said, Ezekiel 43:7, when it says, Son of man, do you see the place for my throne and the place for the soles of my feet? Here I will be dwelling among the Israelites forever. Now, feet again is again talking about the presence, his sovereignty over his presence. God is present to us in an abiding way. Then you've got God's arm, according to the Bible, Isaiah 52:10. It says, The Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all. Before the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of God. So, arm again means the strength, the power, the salvation, God exercising his power to save us. Then we can see God's hand. And it says in Psalm 89:21, My hand shall always remain with him, my arm also shall strengthen him. In Psalm 63:8, again, it says, My soul clings to you, your right hand holds me fast. So, hand means providence, care. God's reaching out again. He's holding us. He's talking about his action, his deliverance, his judgment. What about God's face? It says, Come. My heart says, Seek his face. Your face, Lord, I do seek. Do not hide your face from me. Psalm 27:8-9. Again, pointing to the fact that the face means the intimacy that we have with our God. We have this relationship. And it says that God allows himself to be known through us. So we know the face of God. We know the true God by his word and understanding what he's teaching us. And then it goes on again, explaining in another verse, Deuteronomy 7:7-8, when it tells us about God and his face being revealed to us. And it tells us about his heart in Deuteronomy. It says that his heart says, It was not because you, the largest of all nations, that the Lord shall set his heart on you and choose you, for you are literally the smallest of all nations. Again, the Muslims go, Oh, hang on, there were nations that were smaller before. This is a dilemma like the mustard seed. See, that's how the Muslims think, because they don't. And then this again is showing you that the heart means the love, the tenderness, the compassion, something the God of Islam doesn't have. Both the heart, the love, the tenderness, and the compassion. So again, when we're trying to understand Christianity, we can understand it because we know who God is. We know who God is, and not just who he is, but what he is. Muslims don't know this, therefore causing the dilemma of, well, who or what is your God? They don't know this. And because they don't know this, they struggle to make it make sense. So Yusuf, my brother, if you're more than welcome to come up. I'm not sure why you're not able to do that. Are you just afraid? Are you afraid of the Shin of Allah? And as I said, if the Quran teaches you can only prostrate to God, to Allah Himself, if you can only prostrate to Allah Himself, and the Shin is there and you prostrating to the Shin, are you prostrating to Allah Himself? I think Yusuf Al Badri is on a bit of a bot mode. He's just a keyboard warrior. You just be panicking on the keyboard, man. They prostrate to a God they don't know. They know of Him, but don't know Him. Exactly right. Exactly right. They don't know the God that they're prostrating to. They can't tell the difference between their God and the devil, just like Muhammad couldn't tell the difference between an angel and the devil. They don't know people. So for me to have a conversation with a Muslim like this dilemma is again, for those that don't know, this is God logic. He asked a question. I'm not sure if he's the first, but he was definitely the one that brought it and made it make sense. He brought it to a guy called Creed. So, and this problem again, the problem with the Shin thing, guys. If you saying that the Shin is Allah, and then at the same time you tell me that the Shin is not the eyes, the Shin is not Allah's face, the Shin is not Allah's laugh, the Shin is not Allah's this, that, and the other. So if I prostrate to the Shin, am I prostrating to the eyes of Allah as well? Then the Muslims are afraid of us answering these questions because eventually they will point out to the fact that Allah has a body. Of course, it's not going to be anything like ours. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not going to be like ours. This is why they're going to say, well, he's got two right hands. And you guys have seen the drawings that they've had before where they've shown you if you had to take the description of Allah, put it together, and see what it actually looks like, you would get a guy that looked quite abnormal, to be honest, right? He's not going to look like he would be in the section. He'd be more Special Olympics than normal Olympics special. So this is where the problem is. And again, when we're looking at the Quran, 68:42, by the Shin of Allah. For those that didn't come in yesterday, I'll go through a few verses now, explaining again how the God of Islam is explaining himself. Now, I'm on a site for those that didn't get it yesterday. The site is called Precious Gems from the Quran and the Sunnah.wordpress.com. And you search Allah's face, eyes, hands, fingers, leg, foot, and seeing, and Allah. When you go to the site, it breaks it down, quoting not only the scholars after Muhammad, at the time of Muhammad and after, they confirming this, they showing this, and they are saying that in this, that you cannot call this a metaphor. You can't call any of this metaphors. It says that all of this is literal. The Quran, the scholars after Islam are confirming that these are literal. These are literal. Thank you so much, Phil. Chris, I saw you there, my man. God bless. So, salam and masih to all my brothers and sisters. God bless you. Guys, we're over 100 and something on both YT and TT. Please tap, tap, tap. I'm being limited and restricted on both platforms. Both platforms are limiting me, not monetizing, restricting the who can watch these lives. It's crazy. So forgive me for asking you guys always to keep tapping and sharing. It's just the way it is. The Muslims have reported and made this live stream of mine what it is. So let me just go now and explain it to you. I'm going to read it for you guys so that you guys can actually see that I'm not making this up. It says, there are qualities of human and other creatures that describe body parts. We call them bodily or physical qualities. The hand, the face, the foot are examples. Let me just do this. Because again, if and for those that don't know this, which is true, YT restricts me from showing pictures. it actually sends me messages saying that I will lose the ability to continue doing live streams if I continue showing um, slides. Not even joking. YT has restricted me from showing for too many slides. That's why I had to start using this nonsense and showing my face because YT is restricting it. Can't make this up. Then it goes on and says, face, hands, and foot are examples of physical qualities. We know exactly what it means to say that a person has a face, a hand, or a foot. We also know that human's foot is different from a foot of a cow or a table. Now, remember yesterday we had a guy come up and actually said, "Oh, whose foot is the foot of a table?" We understand this. The hands of a clock. We understand that. We know that those hands are different. We know this. We know that your Quran teaches that it's something other than, that it's not like ours. Tells us clearly it's not like our hands. We're fine with that. But look what it says. Allah tells us some of his qualities that have physical names. When we study these qualities, we should keep in mind the following guidelines. Now, there's guidelines. They're telling you, they're trying to help you over here. And it says these qualities are real because what Allah tells us about himself is real and accurate. Notice again what it just said. It's telling us clearly that in this that the Quran, that because Allah is real, each time he mentions his body part, it is real. Real. And this is where the craziness kicks in, because craziness is this. If Allah is real and his body parts are real and they're not metaphorical, then the problem isn't my understanding, it's the Muslim's understanding, because I'm just reading. For those that are noticing that the internet is also jumping on the YT, I've just made contact with these with the providers. I'm not sure why I have like the best upgraded version of YT of internet, so I'm not sure why the Wi-Fi is playing games with me, but it has been happening recently. So I apologize if it stops on the YT. The next one, it says, the qualities cannot have physical meanings because they belong to Allah who created the physical world we live in. Now, remember, I'm going to get to the points in a minute, what it says. It says, we cannot imagine these qualities for Allah because they are beyond our human ability. So the reason that you can't understand these is because it's above our ability, above it. So we wouldn't understand it. How are you there, sir?
Hey, brother. Yusuf
Man,
here.
you've been saying a lot in the chat, man. What's up?
Hey, first of all, tell me, bro.
Yes, sir.
Why are you wearing the niqab?
Because people are trying to find my details, and they don't want to find it because they love me. They're trying to find it because they just want to, do what Muslims want to do to me, But
You're a
anyway,
bit
man,
laggy.
listen. Yeah, I apologize. I said I've got a wee bit of problem over here with the Wi-Fi. So,
Look,
my
bro,
man, please, this is an honest question. If Allah's Shin was in front of you right now, would you worship it?
what you're saying is incorrect. What you're saying is spitting incorrect facts.
Incorrect
Spitting
facts.
incorrect
That's
facts.
an oxymoron.
You're taking the attribute as it's separate from Allah. That's
Okay,
what
so
you're
let's.
saying.
Okay, beautiful. So explain it to me. Explain it to me, man.
Yes,
Are the
these
attributes of
attributes is
Allah?
uncreated. It's always been with Allah.
Okay, so let's go slowly. You saying that Allah's attributes are eternal, correct?
It has to restart. Its internet's not going good right now.
Okay, it seems to be working fine over here for now. So, do you agree that the only one that is eternal is Allah?
First of all, let's put some foundation. First of all, I'm not a learned man that knows all the questions. First of all,
That's
Allah
fine, my brother. That's fine.
has no beginning or end. He's always been here. That's
Beautiful. So that means Allah is eternal, correct?
it's eternal, and his attributes is eternal. My knowledge.
So Allah is eternal and his attributes are eternal, correct?
His attributes is eternal. His speech is eternal. All eternal.
Okay, so we're just gonna do it. So his speech
First of
is
all,
eternal.
what is this word eternal? You have to give the word
Has
in
no
Arabic.
beginning and no end. Always was, always
That's
will
it.
be.
This is correct.
Beautiful. Okay. So Allah's word is eternal, correct?
What do you mean my word? Are you talking about the speech?
His speech, his
What do you mean
word,
by
are
word?
they, is that also eternal?
What do you mean by word? Do you mean the Quran? His
Is the
speech?
Quran
His
eternal?
speech?
Let me go slowly. What, according to Islam, what or who is the word of Allah?
Quran is the speech of Allah.
Okay. Is that eternal?
Because just everything you say is doubled on my screen. It's hard to follow what you say.
Do you have a YouTube and TikTok on?
No, just YouTube.
Okay, so it's got an echo. Is that what you're saying?
There's
Okay, I'll
echo.
try again. I'll apologize. I'll try again. Is Allah, is the Quran eternal?
No, that's not. No, it's not. The
No.
Quran has a beginning and end. He spoke the Quran at a certain point and has a beginning and an end. But his speech as an attribute is eternal. That's something that you should know about that.
Okay, beautiful. So the speech of Allah is eternal. What about
Yeah,
the
but
word of Allah? Because speech is made up of words, correct? Do we agree that speech is made up of
we have
words?
the word of Allah. What is the word of Allah? It's the Quran. That's what we
Is that
have here.
is that the
And
only
it has,
thing that's called, my brother? Is that the only thing that's called the word of Allah?
give me an example of something else, the word of Allah.
If do you have a Quran in front of you?
You bring it. And I want to ask you a question, first of all.
Well, hang on.
You
Do you
just,
have a Quran in
I
front of
want
you
to ask
before
you
we
a
start
question.
asking questions? We'll get to that
First of
in a
all,
minute. Do you
I
have a
can bring it.
Quran in front of you?
I can bring it. Kalam Allah is the Quran.
Okay, can you open the Quran to Surah 3:45 and read that for me, please? Must I read it for you, or you?
Can you read Arabic?
No, I don't need to read Arabic.
You don't know Arabic.
I don't need to
Yeah.
know Arabic.
Yeah, you do need to know Arabic to understand all this, by the way.
Okay, hang on a second. Did the Quran come for all of humanity?
You need to know Arabic. When
Did the Quran come to all of humanity? Zain, I'll bring you up in a second, my brother.
bring up tafsir.
Okay, just so according to the verse you have in front of you right now, what does it say?
In the Quran, Jesus is called the word of Allah since he was created with the word be.
Okay, why are you reading that? I said read the Quran. Trust your Allah first before you read someone telling you what Allah tried to
Let me
say.
read it. Let me read it.
Read the
Let me read
Quran.
it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Birahim.
إذ قالت الملائكة يا مريم إن الله يبشرك بكلمات اسمه المسيح عيسى ابن المريم
Can't you just read
وجيها
it?
في الدنيا
Dude, just read
والآخرة
it.
ومن المقربين.
Okay,
All
after
right.
all that singing, my man, I just want to know, what does it
That's
mean?
how you read it, bro. Did you
No,
not
that's
tell me
not how
to
you read it.
read it?
It
Did you
doesn't
not tell
matter.
me to
Just
read
tell
it?
me, what does it mean, my
So
man?
stick to. You told me to read the Quran.
What does it mean?
Yeah, I will just read it.
What does it
You
mean?
have to go ahead and look at the tafsir. Or did you look
No,
at a tafsir? Or
no.
you had a question? Go
Translate
into
what it
tafsir.
said. Translate what it said.
First of all, my Arabic is I'm not
I
not
can hear
Arabic
that,
fully.
but it's fine. I don't care about your Arabic. I'm asking you in English since we both speak English. What does the
Okay.
verse mean?
Okay. You want to know what the verse means?
Yeah, don't give me an
Yeah.
exegete of somebody else. Don't give me someone else's explanation of it. I'm asking you, after you read it, what did you understand by it?
Let me read it, but because you're doubling with the thing. Remember. I would have
Man,
to study this. I don't understand the verse.
you don't understand it. I thought the Quran is a clear book, perfectly detailed and
Clear book.
explanation of all things.
It does not say in the Quran there's mutashabihat and clear verses. Let me ask you some questions. Let me ask
No,
you some
no,
questions.
no,
Do you
no.
have
Don't
do you
try to
have in your
deflect.
book? You have
Don't
in,
try to
you got
deflect.
niqab on,
You're
right? You got in
deflecting,
your
brother.
book.
You're
You got the
deflecting.
hand. You
You're
got the
deflecting.
eyes.
You're
Please don't take
deflecting.
this as
Pay
metaphorical. First of
attention.
all.
Pay attention.
We'll go to that
So
later.
far,
Ask me
you've proven
what
to
you want
me.
from this.
So far, you've proven to me that you know nothing about Islam. I'm asking you,
No.
since you
You're
can't even
playing.
explain a verse. Let me read the verse and see if anyone else.
What do you know of the verse?
My
What
man,
do you know of the
please,
verse?
please, let me read the verse and see if anyone else understands it. It says, "When the angel said, Mary, Allah gives thee good tidings
Restart. I
of
can't hear
a."
what you're saying.
I'll try again. The verse that you can't explain, let me explain it to you in the language you understand.
I'll explain it. In the
No,
Quran,
you said
Jesus
you
called the
can't.
word of
You
Allah
just said
since he
you
was
can't.
created with the
You're
word be.
reading.
Yeah, I'll
Dude,
just explain it for you.
show me where Allah said be and Jesus was. Give me one example where Allah said be and Jesus was. The verse you're looking for is 359, but I'm not going to help you.
Oh.
See, I'm
First
not
of
going
all,
to help you. Go
you
to
can't assume that
359.
I know everything, but I'm coming to
No,
give you
you don't.
the
I can see
information
that
I
you
got.
know nothing, but I'm telling you where to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help you, but
Yeah.
go to
I have
359.
some questions for you. I have a
I know
question
you
for
want to
you.
ask questions, but you can see that I have a
some questions
topic.
for you.
The topic is simple. Allah's Shin dilemma. You've hop skipped and jumped over
Let me
that.
talk about the shin and the hand. I want to
We'll
talk about
get to that in a minute. And I need you first to understand what the verse says.
Look,
So
I got
show me
five.
anywhere in your
Listen,
Quran where
I
Allah
got
said
five
be
speech.
and Jesus
Fix
was.
your internet, bro. Fix your internet, bro. I can't understand what you're saying.
Okay, well, let me just mute you and I'll see if Zain is having the same trouble. Just one second. Zain, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me clearly, my man?
Yeah, I can.
Lovely, jubbly. So the question today is Allah's Shin dilemma. My question to you would be this, my man. Are you Muslim?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you've got no problem with my internet. So it's you, Yusuf, that has a problem with your internet, my man. Not me, my man. So, Zain, if Allah's Shin was in front of you right now, would you worship the Shin of Allah?
You are hypothesizing something which is not there.
Okay, does Allah have a Shin according to the Quran?
If it is according to the Quran, then yes.
Okay, so I'll put the verses on the screen right now. In Surah 68:42, Allah talks about his Shin and how people will prostrate to it. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, beautiful. So Allah has a Shin then, correct?
Yeah.
My God. And according to Sahih Bukhari 49:19, it says,
No,
our
tell me.
Lord will lay bare his Shin, and then all the believers and the woman will prostrate themselves before him. Then in Sahih Muslim 183a, it says, then a Shin will be uncovered, and every believing man and believing woman will prostrate before him. The Shin of Allah. If the Shin of Allah was in front of you right now, would you prostrate to the Shin of Allah?
The shin of Allah is not separate from Allah. So if you worship Allah,
Yusuf, one second, brother. Now with Zain.
That's the
1 second,
question.
my man.
That's the
1
answer.
second. Just 1 second, please, Yusuf. I'm just talking to Zain right now. I'll get back to you in a minute. So Zain, I'm asking you now that you saw that
Yes, I
people are
will.
prostrating to the Shin of Allah, you said you would prostrate to the Shin of Allah, correct?
Yes, I will.
Beautiful. So Allah's Shin is Allah, correct?
Is your chin you? Is your hand you?
Okay, beautiful. Is my hand and my shin, not chin, shin. The shin is on your leg. Is my hand and my shin connected to my body?
Yeah, they are.
Are they part of me?
Did God not rest on the seventh day according to your Bible?
So in Islam, Allah rests as well. In Islam, Allah rests as well. But that's
Show me
different,
where it says
Yusuf.
that in the Bible, first of all.
Is you trying to
Okay?
deflect
Does
again?
not God, is there the
Allah
attribute of a
rests
hand in the
according
Bible?
to,
Is there
dude, you're
no
not
attribute of a
listening.
hand in the Bible?
Listen, Yusuf,
Okay?
stop
Is there no
panicking.
attribute of a hand in the Bible? Okay?
I just
Is there no
went through the
attribute?
hand
Who
in the
told you
Bible,
to take
Yusuf.
that
Stop
metaphor?
panicking,
I
Yusuf.
can't hear you, so you
Yusuf,
don't want my point. Who
Yusuf.
told you to take that?
Shut up, Yusuf. Now you sound to annoy me. You're becoming a bot. Sorry, Zain.
Who
Yusuf
told you
is
to take that?
panicking right now. He's trying to deflect and go everywhere else. Just sit quietly, Yusuf. I told you Allah rests in your Quran. All you have to do is go
Who
to your
told you take the
Quran.
hand in the Bible metaphorically? Does the Father have a hand? Does the Father have a hand?
Didn't I
Does he
just
have
explain it?
does he have
Did I
eyes?
just explain it to you, Yusuf?
No, you took it metaphorically. Who told you to take this
Because,
metaphorically? Where
okay,
did you
watch
get the
this.
hand
Sorry,
from?
Zain. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, Yusuf. Zain, I apologize, my man. I'm just going to talk to Yusuf for 2 seconds. Watch what happens now. Watch this, Zain.
There you go.
Yusuf, in the Bible, is God spirit?
Talk to me about it, bro.
I'm talking
Yeah,
to you, but you don't seem to be catching
yeah.
on. You're like it's very slow. Listen carefully.
I
According
got
to
5 things
Christians,
talking to me right
again,
now.
you're not listening, Yusuf. You're talking. Your mouth is working. Your ears are not being used. Listen carefully. According to Islam,
Okay.
what is Allah?
Okay, little bro. There's a hand in the Bible, okay?
Oh my gosh. I'll
There's a
try
hand in the
again.
Bible.
I'll try again. I need you to listen. According to Islam,
There's a
what
hand in the
is
Bible.
Allah?
There you go. There's a hand in.
Sorry, Zain. I'll talk to you. He doesn't seem to be connecting. His brain and his tongue aren't connecting. So, do you agree, Zain, that according to you now, Allah and Allah's Shin are one?
What does that mean?
Well, if you prostrating to Allah's Shin, you are prostrating to Allah, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. So if I only see a Shin, then that's Allah, correct?
Okay.
What about Allah's hands?
Okay.
If I prostrate to Allah's hands, am I prostrating to Allah?
Yes, you are.
If I prostrate to Allah's face, am I prostrating to Allah?
Yes, you are.
Beautiful. Are Allah's hands, Allah's face, and Allah's shin, are they identical to each other? Are they one and the same?
I have not seen them.
I didn't ask if you've seen them or not. I'm asking you, are they one and the same or are they separate? Is Allah's face Allah's shin or are they different?
I have not seen them. Again, I'll say the same thing.
Okay, watch this now. Again, I'll try to work slowly with you. Is Allah, does Allah have a face according to Islam?
Well, somebody told me the other day it's mentioned in the Quran, so yeah.
Beautiful. I can give you the verses. It's Surah 55, 27, Surah 92, and if you read from 17 to 20. So Allah has eyes as well, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So Allah has hands, Allah has feet, Allah has a shin, Allah has legs, Allah has, He has all these things. Each of these things, when I put them together, are they Allah?
Well, idol worship is not, it is prohibited, and you cannot even imaginarily make Allah. No,
I didn't
you
talk about
cannot
idol
make.
worship, my brother. I'm saying if I
What I
if I
mean is,
had to put them all together, is Allah
what I
if
mean
is
is,
Allah okay, watch this. Is Allah made up of all of these different parts?
yes, if it says in the Quran, yeah.
Okay, so Allah is made up of all these parts. So how if I said, I'm just using a hypothetical example, if Allah had 10 parts and I put these 10 parts together, then I would get Allah, correct?
You
So
are
for example,
hypothesizing that he has
yes, I
10
am.
parts.
I'm just
You are
hypothesizing.
hypothesizing. So
Yes,
you
sir.
are hypothesizing that we can see Allah. Yeah,
I
right.
didn't ask if you
So
can
if
see him. Listen again, Zain. I'm not Zain,
okay, you can
don't think
imagine
too
them.
much. Don't think too much.
Are you,
I'm not
do
asking
you
you to
want to
do
listen?
anything
Do you
that's
want to listen?
haram.
I have listened to your question. Now, if you would please let me answer.
Okay.
So, if Allah were visible and if Allah could be imagined by all people of the world, all people would be on the same path. All people would be worshipping Allah. So that means nobody has ever imagined Allah. Yeah. And
Okay, so
Allah
if people
cannot be
can
imagined.
imagine him, then they'll worship him. But since they can't imagine him, they're not following him, correct?
They are worshipping him the way we have been prescribed.
Okay, but you said if all the world could imagine him, then they will worship him.
Yes,
Okay,
Definitely,
so
we
that
would all be on the same path.
okay, so we all can't imagine him. So you can imagine him then. That's why you're on the right path,
Mm,
correct?
No, no, we are worshiping him the way we have been prescribed by the prophets.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm reading what the Quran said. The Quran teaches me Allah has a face, but his face is
Hmm.
not his hands, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, he has eyes, but his hands is not his face, correct?
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, now if I had a car and the car had only tires and a motor, an engine, do I have a complete car?
Once again, you are comparing apples with oranges. No.
I'm asking you about a car. I'm not asking you to compare Allah to a car. I'm asking you if I have tires and I have an engine, do I have a complete
Okay.
car?
No, you don't have. No.
Beautiful. So the missing things. So if the hands of Allah, if that
Hmm.
is Allah, then the shin of Allah is a different Allah because the hands and the shin are not the same thing, correct?
You are trying to teach me the Quran, where I know more about the Quran than you.
Well, that's why I'm
Where we
asking you for
see.
help. I'm asking you to help me understand it. This is what I'm saying to you.
Can't,
I'm asking you
can't
literally to honestly understand, help me. Again,
Okay.
if I saw, okay, watch this. If I saw the hands of Allah and the shin of Allah, am I seeing one Allah or am I seeing hands and a shin?
You will be seeing the same Allah.
Beautiful. So you saying that the hands and the shin are the same, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now you have a God whose hands are his
Parts of the
shin.
same body. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How many parts does Allah have?
If I knew, I would have told everybody.
Okay. So do you okay, is there more than 5 parts?
If I knew, I would have told everybody how he looks.
Okay, but you agree that there's many parts of Allah, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And each of these parts by itself is not Allah, just like the 99 attributes of Allah, right? For
Hmm.
example,
Hmm.
Allah is not mercy, and mercy is not Allah, correct? Mercy is a part of Allah, correct?
He is merciful. It is a characteristic.
Yeah, but if his mercy is not him, can Allah be Allah without his mercy?
He has to have all these qualities.
Beautiful. So let's just say there's 99. Let's just say lovely jubbly, okie dokie, and super duper. He has 99 of these attributes or these qualities. For him to be Allah, all of these qualities have to be present as well, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. And Allah is not Allah without these qualities, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if one or two of these qualities was missing, then Allah would be incomplete, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. So now we can see that your God is made up of so many different parts, and
Hmm.
only when these parts are put together do we get
Hmm.
Allah.
Yes.
Lovely. So you have a God that's partial. He's incomplete if one thing
Hmm.
is missing.
Okay.
And you don't see a
Okay.
problem with that, correct?
No, I don't see a problem with that. No.
Okay. So if you don't see the problem with that. So if Allah's shin was in front of you right now
Tell me
and
what's
you
laughable.
worshipped
Tell me what's
and
laughable and what am I missing?
you believe your God is like a Lego, like a puzzle, that he's got so many parts and is incomplete if some parts are missing. That's not
Well,
God. That's
in
partialism.
that in
So
that
you, you,
case,
you
in
have
that
you have
case,
a God that's a puzzle.
in that case, would all human beings be a Lego?
Am I God? Are you comparing me to God?
No, I'm just asking you a simple
No, no, no.
question.
You
What
said to
are
me
you?
earlier, am I comparing the car to Allah? Now you're comparing me to your God?
Well, I answered your car question. Now you should answer me the same question. Are
I
all human
I
beings Legos?
I I am not Allah.
I I asked you. I answered your
I am
question.
made up of parts. I have a
I
hand,
think,
I have a leg, I have
yeah.
a face, I have a
Okay.
backside. So your
Okay.
God and me, are we
Beautiful.
the
Yeah.
same? Are we the same?
You cannot be the same. No, we cannot be the same. No.
Beautiful. Again, lovely jubbly, super duper. Let's go back now. your God is like a Lego. If one little piece is missing, then your God is incomplete. Partialism,
Okay.
my man. And that is not what God is. Because you are
Mm-hmm.
saying that your God is made up of certain parts, and those parts make him who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So watch
Yeah.
this. If Allah doesn't have a left hand, he has two right hands, correct?
Okay.
Is it true or not true?
Well, yeah. Somebody told me the other day. So yeah. Okay. If Quran
Somebody
says that,
told
then
you the other
that will
day.
be true.
So Allah has two right hands. He's missing a left hand, correct?
Okay.
So according to you, if he's missing something, then he's incomplete.
No, I did not. I did not say specifically in this context. If you look at your question, and if you look at, if you just look at your question, I did not say the same thing in the same context. You mean to say that he is to have a legs and hands like ours, and nose like ours, and eyes like ours? Do you mean to say that?
No, see, I'm trying to tell you. Said you know more about Islam than me. Can you
Yeah,
describe the shin? Can you describe the shin of Allah?
I have not seen Allah.
So when it
No,
tells you in the Quran that you'll recognize him by his shin, that you will, when you see his shin, you shall prostrate to his shin. How would you know? If I showed you my shin now, how would you know that that's not the shin of Allah?
because I know the difference between a human being and animal, and yeah, someone that I have not seen.
Okay, so what is Allah?
Allah is one. Allah is
One
merciful.
what?
Allah,
Is one what?
Allah is one entity. Allah is
Yeah,
God.
what is he? What is he? See,
Allah,
I'm a
God,
human. I'm a
God
human.
is God. God is God.
I'm asking you, what
Yeah,
is your God? Is he spirit? Is your God
God is
spirit?
God. God is
Again,
God, my man.
I'm asking, okay, when I ask a pagan that's worshiping a statue, he's
Hmm.
able to at least give me an answer and say, my God is stone. If I
Hmm.
ask someone that worships a tree, what is your God? He say, my God is a tree. I'm asking you, how
Hmm.
do I know the difference between your God and a man that's worshiping a stone or a tree? Tell me what your God is. Don't tell me what he's not.
Okay, I think the question would be appropriate if you had said, "What is the difference between your God and my God?"
No, I'm
Your
asking
God,
you. I'm not asking
no.
what differences are. I'm asking you what your God is. Okay, let me ask you, what are you? Are you a human? Yes, you're human. So now I know
Hmm.
you're not an animal. What is
Hmm.
your God? How would I recognize the shin of this God that I'm going to be prostrating to at the end of times? How would I know that that is God?
At the end of times, do you mean God is going to come to the earth? No, God is not going to come to the earth.
Tell me,
You and I.
when Allah shows his shin, where's he going to show the
Mhm.
shin?
He's going to show you on the day of judgment.
Okay, where?
On the day of judgment,
Where?
somewhere
Not when. Listen to the difference. Not when, where?
out of this dimension, out of time and space,
My brother, where?
Mhm. Out of where he exists, out of
Where does
this
he
place
exist?
where you he exists outside this universe, bro.
So are we going to go outside of this universe?
Definitely.
Okay, beautiful. And how will we recognize him and not think this is an alien?
You and I, we both will recognize him for
How
sure.
will I recognize him?
You will recognize him, bro.
Okay, again, so you don't know what your God is, right? You don't know
No,
what your God is. Just say, I
I
don't know. Say, I have no idea whether my God is a man, whether he's a stone, whether he's a tree, whether he's a house. I don't know what my God is. Say that.
okay, that would be appropriate if you had said not stone, not house, or something else,
Can you just
something
tell
more
me,
appropriate.
do you
Some,
know what your God is?
my God is merciful. My God is creator.
That's one of his attributes that are eternal and separate from him, that he depends on to be himself. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, what is your God? What
Do you
is
know
he?
what the Father is? Do you
Oh
know
my
what a
God.
spirit is?
Again, okay. Is your God a father or a spirit?
Neither father nor a spirit.
Beautiful.
Tell
Then
me.
please help me understand after that. So if he's not a father, not a spirit, what is he? Is he a mother?
God is God.
Okay, so you don't know. Say, I don't know. Say, use these words. Say, I don't know. Say, I don't know my God.
I know God is God.
I didn't ask you that. Say, I don't know what my God is.
Why I should say that?
Because you don't know what your God is.
Oh yeah. So in that sense, yeah, I don't know how he looks. I don't know.
No, not how he looks, what he is. What he is. When I show you my face, you don't recognize me, but you know that I am human. I'm asking you,
Yeah.
can you
Okay.
confirm that you don't
Hmm.
know what your God is?
So by the things we know, right? By the things, the living things that are there, all the living things, they are made up of genetic material, DNA, right?
Okay.
So
Is
God
your
is not
God
DNA.
made up of genetic material?
No, he's not DNA. No.
Okay, so now don't tell me what he's not. Don't tell me what he's not. Tell me what he is. Is your God a shin?
If you and I could see him again, I'd say the same question. I think you are repeating
Is
yourself.
your God a shin? Because you said to me, if you
Hmm.
saw Allah's shin, you'd worship it. So is
So
your
yeah,
God a shin?
okay, yeah, he has a shin.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
No, I didn't say if he has a shin. I said, is he a shin? Is your God a shin? He says, when people see my shin, they shall prostrate to it. The Quran
I do
teaches
not
us
know.
that you can only prostrate to God and not
Okay.
to
Hmm.
anything other than God. The Quran tells
Okay.
us if you prostrate to anything other than God, then Satan is the one making you prostrate. So by that sense, if Allah's shin is in front of you, then Allah's shin is Allah. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
So
I
again,
agree.
last time, can you say to me now that yes, Allah is his shin?
Okay. Allah is his shin.
And I worship the shin of Allah.
Okay. I worship the shin of Allah.
MashaAllah. Thanks for coming, my man. Don't know if you guys actually heard that. We have a guy that's actually confessed that he worships the shin of Allah, that Allah is made up of parts, that these parts are not identical to each other, that these parts are separate. And these parts only when they come together can be Allah. So the shin is not the hand is not the face is not the eyes. And this guy just confessed in partialism and that he worships the shin. So Allah is a shin according to him. Can't make this up, people. I hope someone clipped that because that is clippable. That Allah has now agreed. I mean, this guy agreed that Allah is a shin. I find that weird, man. They don't know what he is, but now he's a shin. I need some water after that one. That was hard. That was crazy hard. So when Muhammad went on the flying donkey up to the heavens and he spoke to Allah, a shin spoke back to him. A shin spoke back to him. Rabbi Isra, you back, my man. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
Well, I'm surprised. Every day I talk to a Muslim, I get a new surprise.
Get a new surprise. I know, brother. You just have to use basic reasoning and common sense.
Or do you
You
agree with him
asked
or
some
disagree
really,
with him?
you asked some really strange questions. I mean, I just don't get your question.
Okay. I'll ask the question again. Just it's a simple one. According to the Quran and according to the Hadiths, it talks about the shin of Allah. Do we agree about that?
Okay.
Okay. So it says in Surah 68:42, the day the shin will be bared and they will be invited to prostrate and they will not be able to. Who, according to the Quran, who is the only one that you are supposed to prostrate to?
Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess
That
there is no
Jesus is
God
Lord.
but Allah, and that Muhammad is his last messenger.
Okay, show me where it says that anywhere in your Quran.
I'm just giving you an analogy like you're
So don't
using.
you dare steal from our Bible. Don't be like anyone else, man. Don't steal
Giving
from our
you
Bible and try to make it sound like it came from Islam. Now again, if
everybody
the
know that's
if
from
the
the Bible, brother.
I know, but don't you dare try and tie it up with Islam, because we both know Muhammad
You're the
stole
one that's
enough from
talking
the
about
Bible.
people bowing into the
Muhammad
shin.
stole enough from the Bible. We're not going to give you even more. But now my question is, according to the Quran, the Bible teaches us that it tells us about what the hands and the feet and all of this all of this points to. For example, it tells us that the hand of God, the arm of God, talks about the power, talks about the action, deliverance, the judgment. The face of God talks about his presence, his favor, his blessings. The eyes talk about his knowledge, his watchfulness, his care, and so on, as you can see on the screen. My
I'm a little
question is,
confused. I'm a little confused. Isn't Jesus your God?
oh my Lord and Savior,
No,
you
I'm
tell
just
me.
asking. Is Jesus your
Yes, he
God?
is. Yes, he is.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to be clear on that. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a triune
So
God.
you know if Jesus is your God. Why are you asking all these questions about God?
Because I'm
That you
trying
should
to show people how
ask
Muslims
your
follow
God.
Islam without understanding who their God is. See, you can't tell
You
me
know
who
who
your
Jesus
God is.
is, right? You know who Jesus is?
Again, please don't go to whataboutism right now. I'm trying to
I'm just
understand the
asking
simple
if you know
question about
Jesus, bro.
Allah's shin. According to Islam, according to the verse, according to Islam in the Quran, it tells us clearly that anyone that prostrates to anything other than Allah is committing shirk, correct?
So if you bow down and worship Jesus, then you're committing shirk. Correct.
Dude, Rabba, I'm not sure if you how, on a level of how reduced you are right now to actual conversation, but I'm trying my
I'm just
best to
asking you
keep
a
you up
question. If
here.
you bow
I'm
down and
trying to
worship
keep you.
Jesus,
I'm
you're
trying
committing
to
shirk,
keep
bro.
you up here because I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'll ask you again: does your Quran teach you that you are not supposed to prostrate to anything other than Allah? Does it teach you that?
No, no, you bow down and worship Jesus, you're committing shirk.
This is difficult, people. This is truly difficult. This is what happens when you go to a barber shop, cut your hair, and you get a Quran with the haircut. Or you go to prison and then they give you a Quran and tell you to become a Muslim or else. This is how sad it is to be a left shoulder taking Islam and then trying to defend it by doing a deflection. But it's fine. I tried to explain it to you from the Bible, but because you're limited in intelligence and religion, I'm not sure if you sit and be like, those that are limited. This is why you can't answer these simple questions and you go to whataboutism. I'm going to try again. Yusuf is back up again. Let's see if Yusuf is able to actually comprehend. Let's see because again, we're trying our best to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, but unfortunately, they're letting themselves down. He's gone. So I'm going to bring back Rabba Isra and see if he's maybe had a chance to focus. Have you calmed down a bit and focused now?
I stay focused, brother. I'm just asking you a question. You
I
just
know
don't
that's
like
not the topic. That's not the topic. Try to stay on the topic. Have you ever done that before?
you asked me. I was telling you if you bow down and worship anything besides Allah, you're committing shirk. You're correct.
Beautiful. So if you are facing something and you're prostrating towards that thing, are you committing shirk?
You're facing something. I'm not understanding what you're saying, bro.
If you facing something and you are told to prostrate towards the thing in question, are you committing shirk?
So when Muslims bow down and pray, they don't pray in front of anything or no images. We don't
Okay,
pray in
so
front of the cross or Jesus on the cross. We don't bow down and pray. We don't do that.
do you face Mecca and the Black Stone?
We turn to the east.
Do you face Mecca and the Black Stone?
We turn to the east to the
Do
Kaaba.
you
Yeah.
face Mecca and the Black Stone? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
Turn to the rising of the sun, brother. Yeah.
Do you face the Kaaba when you pray?
I mean, if you're in Mecca, that's what you're doing. That's what you're supposed to
Okay, and
pray.
you just said you don't stand in front of anything and prostrate. Tell me, when you turn towards the east, are you facing the direction of the pagan symbol, the Kaaba, and the black stone? Are you facing that?
So you know that's where God told
Yes
Abraham.
or no? Are you facing the pagan symbol of the Kaaba and the black stone when you pray?
That's where God told Abraham to build the first house of worship, brother. So
We'll
that's
get
where
to
you
that in
pray.
a second. Are you facing it? Yes or no?
That's the way you're supposed to turn and pray. Yes.
Are you facing it? Yes or no?
That's the way you're supposed to turn and pray, brother.
Ah, shut up, man. Pagan is always going to be a pagan.
Hey, I'm in. I
Let's
fixed
try
it.
again. Let's see if you're going to pay attention this time.
Yeah, let me answer what the brother he wasn't
No,
answering.
you don't need to answer. It's okay. It's okay. That
Direction.
was between me and him. That's fine.
Yeah.
You
So
guys will
house of
keep
Allah.
facing the Kaaba, and you.
Yeah, we do
Let
face the
me
Kaaba.
ask you. Answer that question.
What do
If
you face?
Answer
Statue?
the question. Answer the question. If you face the Kaaba,
Mm.
if you face the Kaaba, are you prostrating to a specific thing?
That's the direction. But we're prostrating to Allah. It's clear.
facing a specific thing?
Okay. So when you're in the church and you pray, are you worshiping the wall? There you go.
I'll try again. When you
Now, let me try again.
Are
Okay.
you praying towards a specific thing in Islam?
This is the direction. You know a direction? Here it is. Look.
Okay. In what direction are you facing?
Do you see a
Dude,
direction?
I'm not sure what you're doing. I'm not sure. Why are you dancing on the street?
Do you see that's the direction?
I didn't ask you about
When you
direction. I'm
worship
asking you
Jesus,
again.
when you worship
Are
Jesus,
you facing
when you
a
worship
particular
Jesus,
direction?
the man with a hand and a leg and a shin,
Are
Jesus,
you
when you
facing
worship him,
Are you facing a particular direction?
yes, of course.
Beautiful. What direction are you facing in? What is in front? What is the end game?
Start it from the start. You're starting your talk
my Lord.
where you left off with him. Start it from the start.
Never mind. I
Build
want
the
to get back to
foundations.
the topic. It's okay.
Build
You
the
guys
foundations.
all face the Kaaba, and you can't prove
Yes,
that
we
it came
do.
from Abraham.
And you
I know
and
you
you
face
worship
the
a man.
Kaaba and you cuss
You
the
worship a
and you
man
kiss the
instead of
blessed
God.
and you
are
kiss the
fully
blessed.
pierced. You are
Your
fully
God looks
pierced.
like you.
Triune
Your God
God?
looks like you, my brother. Your
Yeah,
God
triune
looks
God.
like you. I'll just
Okay,
mute you because you're not
Jesus.
listening. Your God, according to Islam, looks like you. He's got curly hair, but he doesn't have a beard. Your God wears a green suit. Your God has
Okay.
two right hands. He's a handicap. Your God has his one foot in heaven, according to your religion. Now I'm asking you, this is a simple question. If the shin of Allah is in front of you, if the shin of your God is in front of you, will you prostrate to the shin of your God?
Can I answer?
Please.
If Jesus is in front of you, are you going to worship his?
I'll try again. If the shin of Allah is in front of you, would you worship the shin of Allah? Listen again. Don't talk about my Jesus. My Jesus is not your God. I'm asking again. If the shin of Allah is in front of you, according to the verse and according to Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, would you prostrate and worship it?
Okay. Can I answer? Build the foundation. I'm going to answer this question specifically, right? Allah's attributes is not separate from him. If you're worshiping Allah, you're worshiping all his attributes. No, there's nothing separate. Second of all, when you worship Jesus, are you worshiping his shin? There you go.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Before you jumped over to my man Jesus, man, before you jumped over to something pure and holy, notice what you said. You said that don't stop talking. I don't want you dancing. Listen again. Listen again. Focus. Try something that you never normally do. Notice what you did now. You said that the attributes of Allah. Now let's go with the attributes of Allah. Are the attributes of Allah eternal?
Tell me where you're going with this B, with Jesus and thing.
We are trying to understand whether your God is a shin. Your God is a shin. Your Quran says that if you see the shin of Allah, you will worship it. Is the shin connected to a body, or is the shin by itself?
No. What you're doing is called falsafa. Okay, this is called philosophy.
Call it whatever you want. I'm asking you a question. Is the shin, according to Islam, connected to something else?
No, we don't go into that. We don't say the
Okay,
attributes
so
connected
then
to
you
it. Just
don't.
we don't
Again,
know.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in your crying. Stop and listen.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
the Shin of
Listen,
Allah
listen,
is
no boy.
present,
When you worship a man,
it's unbelievable how these guys will go to whataboutism. Look how simple it was, right? Look how simple it was. All we had to do was talk. I went through this earlier. I actually explained it to everybody. We went through how the Bible looks at the hands, the feet. We went through it. When the Bible talks about the arm of God, what is it talking about? It's pointing to the strength, the power, the salvation. When your God is showing us his shin, when your God reveals his shin, what is that for? What is the shin? How do we know what the shin is? Please stop deflecting, my man. Yusuf, try to do something that you've never done before, is to stay focused. Stay focused.
listen, brother. Listen, you can't. We're having a discussion. I'll let you. You let me talk.
No,
I'll
I
let you
don't like
talk. Not
deflection and
every
I don't
single
like
second. What
rubbish.
you mute
I
me?
don't like
You don't
nonsense.
scare.
Stop with the
Okay. I have a
nonsense.
question. Who told you
No,
it
I
was
know you have
power,
a
power
question
and salvation? Who told you? Where did you get that?
because in the Bible, we have
Yeah.
something that you guys don't have, right?
Yeah.
We
What?
have anthropomorphism. We have
Mm,
something you don't have. We
mm-hmm.
have okay, I'm gonna,
Who
the earlier
told you?
scholars, listen again, because we
Let me
understand the Bible. We're not Muslims.
understand.
You
Yeah.
just said to me that you don't understand the Quran. You
Yeah.
said to me,
The
I
text
don't
says
understand
something,
the
and your head
Quran.
said something else. Yeah. We have this in Islam.
Okay, watch this. Let's
People are
go
doing. Yeah.
slowly. Do you understand Islam?
Mm, mm.
Do you understand Islam?
But when the Bible says hand,
Do you
what makes you
understand
say
Islam?
strength? What makes you say strength? The Bible says
Because we
hand.
read it in
Exactly like.
context, dude.
Oh,
We read it in
we have a
context.
context also.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you
There
an
you go.
example.
Okay.
Watch this. Now,
Okay.
now pay attention. So it says, for
Yeah.
example, when it talks about God's feet, right? When it talks about
Mhm.
God's feet, I'll give you an
Oh, so it
example.
has God's feet. Are you
I'm
worshiping
a,
God's feet? Oh, are
are you
you worshiping
stupid?
God's feet?
Are you dumb?
That's what you're doing, bro.
Try not to be stupid. I was about to explain it. Try to do something that you've done before.
Go
Just
ahead.
listen and
You're
learn.
right.
Okay, so sit
I
quietly.
transgressed.
Sit
You're right. I
quietly.
did
Sit
transgress.
quietly.
Keep going.
Sit down quietly. Sit quietly. Sit quietly. Let me explain it to you now. When we go to Ezekiel, for example, and we try to understand it from Ezekiel 43:7, it says, Son of man, do you see the place for my throne, the place for the soles of my feet? Here I will dwell among the Israelites forever. What does it mean? Does it mean that he's going to be there dwelling forever with his feet on the ground? Listen and learn. When you're reading the verse, the feet means the presence of God. God is present and he's in an abiding way. He's there physically with them. He's saying that I'm present with you. When it talks about the arm of God, for example, in Isaiah 52:10, it says, the Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of God. How do we see that? Because the arm is proving to the strength, the power, the salvation. God is exercising his power to us through these verses. Now, you can't show me that when it says in your Quran that Allah will show his shin. Explain that to me. What
Yeah.
does it mean to see the shin of Allah?
Listen. First of all, this we have
Explain
this.
it. Stop. Explain.
Let me build a
No,
foundation
no,
on the attributes
no.
itself.
I
No, no,
want
no.
you to
You
explain
can't
it.
understand.
Now, shut up. Get down. I'm tired of you. Get down. If you can't explain it, get out. Get out. I'm tired of this nonsense, man. These guys are just, I mean, you're explaining it to them. You're telling them what the Bible says when it talks about, for example, the face of God. It says, come, my heart says, seek his face. Your face, Lord, do I seek. Don't hide your face from me. What does it mean? Come on, man. Face is talking about the intimacy you have with your God. The intimacy we have with our God that you don't have because you are his slave. We can see that the face is showing the caring, the nurturing, the love that we have. We see the face of God. But you guys don't know this. This is why you'll always be behind us and never in front of us. You'll always be a slave and never a child. I'm asking you to please make it make sense from your Quran. I've explained what it means to show you the hand, the face, the feet. I've explained that. I'm asking you to please explain to me, what does the shin of God look like, and explain it to me so that when I see the shin of God, I'll be able to understand it. What is the shin of God that I'm supposed to prostrate to according to the verses that we have? You're right. Who said that? Built for speed, man. You hit the nail on the head. Now, if there's any other Muslim that really wants to engage and make it make sense without trying to do this whole deflection and running around and, making it make sense for the Islamic dilemma, man, it just keeps growing and growing. And if we're looking at this Shin dilemma, the Quran told me that the only thing you prostrate to is Allah. The only thing you prostrate to is Allah. And if the Shin comes down and I'm prostrating to that Shin, people, just like the last guy said, that's Allah, a God of parts. Oh, what does this guy keep coming up for, man?
What's up?
Yes, sir. Just make it make sense for me, please, man. Can you tell me what the Shin of Allah is? Can you tell me what is Allah's Shin?
Allah is.
Say again?
So, in Islam, nobody has seen God. So you
Muhammad
asking
has.
questions that we can't.
Muhammad has.
You do know that, right?
Muhammad said he saw Allah.
Muhammad said he saw Allah.
That's right.
So that's the person. What did Muhammad say Allah looks like?
Well, he said he got curly hair, green suit. He had no beard. He was young.
That's what Muhammad said?
Yep.
Where do you read that at? In the
I'll
Quran.
show it to you now.
Wow.
Oh, in the Quran? It's not going to be in the Quran. Everything comes from Muhammad.
Well, it's not in the Quran.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay, so you're a Qurani now? You only take Quran?
So I'm just saying, brother, nobody knows what God looks like, right?
Not my question. Are you Qurani now? Are you only taking from the Quran?
Is your God a white man or a black man?
He doesn't have a color.
Your God is colorless? Jesus didn't have a color?
Don't have color, and Jesus was probably my color, which is a
was the black
color
man?
for the Middle East.
God
Show
is a
me
black
where it says
man?
he was a black man, dude. What is wrong with you?
Hold on. God is a black man, right? Jesus is a black man?
Show me where he said he's a black man. Show it to me.
Is Jesus a black man? Yes or no?
You dumbass. I'm sick and tired of answering the damn question, you absolute twat. Listen again. Nowhere in my Bible does it say that he's a black man. Do you understand the words that came out of my mouth?
Oh, so Jesus is not Jesus is a white man.
I apologize, guys. I apologize. Forgive me, Father. Please forgive me. Sorry, guys. I forgive me. Sorry. Oh, sorry. He's gone. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought him back up again. That's silly. My apologies. My apologies. Have some water. Let's start again. My apologies. I apologize. These demons, man, they be dragging life out of you. They be dragging the life out of you, and it's unfortunate that I get sucked in sometimes. But I'm trying every day. I try to be better than I was yesterday. Promise you. I promise you. So, but sometimes you just get. Iggy, how are you, sir?
Good morning, James. I am so sorry. I'm a Christian. I'm just so funny. I don't know how you cope with these people.
I don't, and that's why I have to apologize, man.
Oh my goodness. From one problem to the other. Oh my God. You are cracking me up here, man. I can't believe it. May God continue to give me the strength and the energy. I don't know how you people do this on the internet.
I'll tell you this, guys. I want everyone to notice this. I've prayed for patience, right? And then I understood that God has answered my prayers because He's put me in situations where I've got to practice patience. So it's when you say, "Oh Lord, give me something," He's not going to just snap His fingers and you're going to be patient. No, He's going to put you in situations where you're going to have to learn how to be patient. So I'm learning how to be patient, but my gosh, I need to ask, Lord, help me deal with stupid people.
I was crying, man. You went back to Yusuf. You came back here. Still, you're trying to have a good conversation, but no, one of them is trying to have a good one, man. I don't know, man. God logic, all these guys in the internet that is trying to show them the truth. Oh my God, man. I really appreciate you, James. Continue what you're doing, right? God bless you. Take care of yourself. I'm still listening anyways. It's so funny.
Okay, man. God bless you. Yeah. And I'll just say this as well, guys. When I asked God to give me patience, man, he sent me to the hospital. Wasn't sure if I was going to become a doctor. Oh, oh my goodness. But this is, guys, unfortunately, oh man, Muslims, man. This dilemma that started off as something silly has turned out to be an actual dilemma, man. An actual dilemma. People not understanding that their God is made up of parts. And this is where the truth kicks in. The God of Islam is made up of parts. And you try to show the Muslims, and I've again, forgive me, and I apologize for being silly. I my mouth sometimes, I just lose it. So I apologize really. But you have to let these people also see that you're not here to play games. It's not a where they're just gonna come over and think they're gonna say and do what they want. But you get to see how a Muslim mind works. How the Muslims don't know what their God is. They don't know who their God is. They don't have a name for their God. They don't know where their God is. But what they can tell you is that their God is made up of parts, and each of these parts are not identical to each other. And now the different parts of this God called Allah, only it becomes Allah when you take all these parts and you stick them together. So next time you guys go shopping and you buy yourself a Lego set and you're giving it to someone for their birthday or for Christmas, you say, I got you an Allah. And they will be like, oh, mashallah. And they'll be so happy because you're taking all these parts and you're giving them an opportunity to create something that's going to be whole. And if one part is missing, then that is the God of Islam. If you take away his shin, you take away his hand, his eyes, this, that, and the other. And this is the craziness of this religion. They don't see what they're doing. Rabbi Isra, bro, go and go and search for the white Muhammad. Your white Muhammad that you think you're going to try to talk about my God having color. Go please back to your God and ask him what color he is. You don't know that. But I can tell you, according to your religion, let me just show you this. Watch this. Let's go to Muhammad, people. I want you guys to listen to this, right? Isra, this is for you. This is for you. According to your scholars, Sahih Bukhari and all of these, Muhammad had white legs. Muhammad had white thighs. Muhammad had white shanks. He had white forearms. He had white armpits. He had a white abdomen. He had a white face. He had a white cheeks. He had a white complexion. Watch this. One of this says over here, narrated Anas bin Malik. While we were sitting with the Prophet in the mosque, a man came riding a camel. He made the camel kneel in the mosque. Now remember, in the mosque. Camels can't control their bladders, meaning they would urinate or defecate in the mosque. Your holy place, the mosque, had camels that had no self-control. It goes on and says, he tied the forelegs and then said, who amongst you is Muhammad? At that time, the Prophet was sitting among us, leaning on his arm. We replied, this white man reclining on his arm. So Muhammad was a white dude, a white man. And Rabbi Isra, you are my color, my man. You are left shoulder. And according to Islam, Muhammad would have bought you 2 for 1 on Black Friday. He would have bought you and sold you as an animal for animals according to the hadith, because he was a trader of black slaves. Other hadiths are talking about him having white everything. So Muhammad was a white dude. He was whiter than white. I mean, this dude made snow look dark in comparison. So as much as you want to try to give my God color, your God is telling you about this white dude buying and selling Bilals like you, left shoulders like you. He was buying and selling them as Black Friday. Hippie ki happy Friday. So if you lived with him, my man, you'd be bought and sold. Don't forget that. You're just another Bilal. You're a Nabtal. There's nothing else, dude. So don't request again, because I don't have much to say to you. You're not smart enough to have a decent conversation. And I think it's enough. Okay? Enough. We're not going to talk now about the white dude, Muhammad. And as I said, the God of Islam, Muhammad said himself, according to the hadiths itself, that he saw Muhammad, he saw Allah. He saw the God of Islam. He said he even touched him on the shoulder, touched him through on his back, and he felt him in the back. And then Aisha was like, hey, hang on a second, dude. Don't tell people that, man. You go tell people that, they're not going to believe you, right? Because, no one's supposed to see him. Watch this. Muhammad even said, you will surely see your Lord just as you see this full moon. So again, you will be able to see him, even though it may be through a veil. And then Aisha said, it's not for any man to say that he saw Allah. And then Muhammad's like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I seen him, man. So don't come and play games with me. Don't come and talk about color to me. You are following a white man who was buying and selling you, bro. Your Sahih Mishkat al-Masbi 119. What did Allah do when he created mankind? He tapped Adam on his right shoulder and he said, oh, you white people, man, you for heaven, you for paradise. And when he touched the people on the left shoulder, he made them as black as charcoal. What did he say to them? He says, you guys are going to hellfire and I do not care. So Rabbi Isra, your left shoulder. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Know your place. Imelda, how are you? Melda, you're not coming through?
Accident.
No worries. Take care. God bless. Okay, guys, I think we almost there. Okay, so Yusuf is saying, I worship a man with private parts. It's funny how Muslims always think about the private parts. Not Muhammad as well, right? Guys, I'm going to end with this. Remember the Zut rode Muhammad, right? The Zut enjoyed Muhammad. They rode him all night long. Muhammad was even kissed up by another man. Let me read the hadith since this guy, let me see if I can find Muhammad getting kissed by another man. Watch this, Yusuf. Since you're trying to be smart, right? It says over here, it says, Abdul Rahman, this is again, is Sahih Abu Dawood, 5224. 5224. Go search it, Yusuf. Sunan Abi Dawood, 5224. Let's look at the rainbow prophet. He said, a man of the Ansar said, while he was given to jesting, was talking to the people and making them laugh. The prophet poked him under the ribs with a stick. He said, let me take retaliation. He said, take retaliation. He said, you are wearing a shirt, but I'm not. Then the prophet raised his shirt, and the man embraced him and began to kiss him on his side. And then he said, this is what I wanted, O Messenger of Allah. Why are you laughing, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is rainbow stuff. I mean, if this was the month of Pride, Muhammad would be marching, dude. So he's getting kissed up by some guy along the side of his body. He's enjoying it, right? He's loving it. He's enjoying it. Then he comes and tells us about the story about how he gets all these black men, once you go black, you know that, right? And then he's sitting, he goes with all these black jinn. They do their right all night long. I mean, this is where Lionel Richie got inspired. All night long. All night. But that's my point. So don't come and tell me about the private parts of my God, because we know that God is spirit. I asked you 1,000 times, what is your God? You don't know what your God is, Yusuf. You don't know what your God is. If you know what your God is, put your finger up and I'll allow you to speak. Put your finger up if you know what your God is. Don't tell me what he's not. Tell me what he is. Tell me. Because your devil in Islam can urinate. To urinate, you might need the female or the male, whatever, to do it. Now I'm asking you, if the devil is created with something that he can urinate with, does your God also do that? And the question is, does he stand when he pees or does he sit when he pees? Is he like crouching tiger or is he like a hidden dragon? Yusuf, you don't want to step in the ring with someone that will knock you out, man. You got to take your time, bro. Take your time.
You
Bring
God
it.
defecated.
Show it to
You
me.
God defecates.
Prove it.
Yeah. You prove it? Did he not eat
Prove it.
food or not? Did Jesus
No,
not eat
show
food?
it to me. Give me chapter and verse.
He didn't eat food.
Chapter
He
and
didn't eat
verse.
food.
Chapter and verse.
So another thing, Jesus on the cross.
No, no, no,
My
no, no,
God,
no,
my
no, no, no,
God.
no. Chapter and verse. No, no, no. Chapter and verse. Show me where Jesus defecated. Chapter and verse, brother.
Okay. Is Jesus
Chapter
not a
and
man?
verse.
Is
Chapter
Jesus
and
not a
verse.
man? Is Jesus not
Chapter
a
and
man or
verse.
not?
Chapter
Jesus not a
and
man?
verse.
It's obvious.
Chapter and verse.
I'll give
Bring
you
your
chapter and verse. You ready?
evidence. Yes, please.
It's in the context.
Chapter and verse. Don't come give me context. Give me chapter and verse.
Let me get it. It's
When you say you context, get down. Okay, guys, I think I've got to go. Half an hour. I've actually got to be somewhere, so I need to get ready for that. But again, this is just another example of how Muslims have absolutely no idea who their God is, what their God is. They will worship a shin. A shin. I mean, if you go to the butcher and you find a shin, guys, you buy a leg of lamb or something, don't put it in front of a Muslim. The Muslim will see the shin and he'll be like, whoa, maybe that's Allah, man. Maybe that's Allah, man. And you must remember this as well, man. According to you, I'm going to bring you up again, Yusuf. According to your God, he has a womb. Did you know that your God has a womb? Yusuf, did you know that your God has a womb and the womb tugs on him? Did you know that, Yusuf? Shake your head, yes or no. Did you know that your God has a womb? Why'd you run now? Where'd you go? Oh my goodness. Guys, if you go to Surah 47:22, Surah 47:22, it actually tells you how the womb of Allah reaches up and pulls on the clothes of Allah. Not sure if you guys know this. In the Quran, it says, I'm going to listen to this, guys. You're going to have a chuckle. It says, after completing creation, the womb stood up and pulled at the lower garment of the most merciful. Allah has a womb, according to the Quran, that existed before creation. Because it says, after completing creation, the womb stood up. Meaning, the womb existed, wasn't created. And what did it do? It pulled at the lower garments of the merciful. So you think that my God has a willy and he urinates, so takes a dump? Yet your God says that he has a womb? You can't make this up, people. Surah 47:22, read the tafsir by Ibn Kathir, and it'll tell you. It says, verily, the womb is attached to the throne. Allah has a womb, it's attached to the throne, and connecting it does not mean do whatever. Then another one says, the womb will be placed on the day of resurrection, curved like a spinning wheel. Do you see when you talk about the parts of God and you try to make it sound like it's evil and sick? That I can always go back to your books and point to your books and show you exactly what's in your books and how sick and evil your books are telling us. That you have a womb that's going to be placed on the day of resurrection as a spinning wheel that will speak with an eloquent, fluent tongue, calling to severing whoever had severed it and joining whoever had joined it. Come on, people. So this womb is going to decide and determine who comes and who goes. Can't make this up, man. Can't make this up. Let's get to the Psalms, people. Let's get to the Psalms. I need to get a move on. Let me just see if I can go to we're on Psalm 144 today, which means we've got 6 Psalms to go, guys. 6 Psalms to go. Psalm 144. I actually feel really bad for what I said earlier, guys. I just want you to know that sometimes it's the flesh that gets in the way of the mouth, of the heart, and we say silly things. So I do apologize for what I said earlier. 144. Let me just see if I can find it. I'll go 145. 144, found it. Let me add that to the stage.
Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle, my loving kindness and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer, my shield and he in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. O Lord, what is man that you take knowledge of him, or the Son of Man that you think of him? Man is like a mere breath, his days are like a passing shadow. Bow your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains that they may smoke. Flash forth lightning and scatter them. Send out your arrows and confuse them. Stretch forth your hand from on high. Rescue me and deliver me out of great waters, out of the hand of aliens, whose mouths speak deceit, and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song to you, O God, upon a harp of 10 strings. I will sing praises to you, who gives salvation to kings, who rescues David, his servant, from the evil sword. Rescue me and deliver me out of the hand of aliens, whose mouth speaks deceit, and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. Let our sons in their youth be as grown-up plants, and our daughters as corner pillars fashioned as for a palace. Let our garners be full, furnishing every kind of produce, and our flocks bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our fields. Let our cattle bear without mishap and without loss. Let there be no outcry in our streets. How blessed are the people who are so situated. How blessed are the people whose God is the Lord.
Amen, amen, amen. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I just want to say this: the longer my live streams are, the more people are watching them, which is weird. I thought people would prefer to have shorter live streams, but if you guys can and you want to, you can always, share these live streams, and please like, comment, because the more action you get, the more people get to watch it. Problem is that according to TikTok, YouTube, as long as I'm not being monetized, they're not promoting the videos. So as long as it's not being monetized, they're not giving me priority. So it's only up to the likes and the shares that you guys are able to help me with. And as more people that like and share, the more people that are going to watch these. If you find them, if you think that, they should be liked and shared. But I think these are good, interesting conversations. We learn something new every day, especially when it comes to Islam. And what we do learn is that Muslims themselves don't know their God at all. And we are blessed to be serving and to be following and to be, we have Christ, and we should be so grateful every single day, instead of just begging for more stuff, just saying thank you for what we have. With that, as always, remove the hate, the pride, the ego, humble yourselves and come to Christ, and I'm so glad that we have gone through 144 of these Psalms, 6 more, and we've done the entire Psalm of David. 6 more people. I am away from Monday next week, so I will go live until maybe Sunday. I'll go live. I want to keep this topic though. I think this topic is interesting. It's very interesting to see what Muslims say about their God. So far, I mean, this is a new dilemma that haven't done this for a bit. So we'll go for another day and see how it goes, and hopefully we get more Muslims. Yusuf in the chat, I know that you were trying your best to deflect. I mean, I did my best to explain to you how the Bible talks about things, and then you go talk about defecation and stuff, showing me exactly where your mind is and how much you actually know about your God. You said you know nothing about your God, and you proved it. You did well, man. You proved me that you got nothing. You know nothing, and c'est la vie. But guys, God bless. Stay safe, and we'll chat soon.